Welcome to the Reinvented Life with Pamela Chanel David. Do you want to step up your game? Pursue your dreams. Be the best version of yourself. The Reinvented Life is here to help. The Reinvented Life is about courage. It's about staying relevant. It takes grit. It defies gravity. It's about taking inventory of where you are today and where you want to go. Embrace change. Make things possible and reinvent your life. Call in with questions at 888-994-4995. Now, it's time to reinvent your life with Pamela Chanel.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is our first show of 2026. Welcome to the Reinvented Life. Welcome to this conversation today on transformation. And with me today is Freddy Santory. He is the founder and owner of AMP2 Media. He and his partner, Don Grabber, are, I have to admit, two of my favorite people on the entire planet. They've been guiding me now for 6 years on how to get this story of reinventing one's life out. So what a beautiful way to start the year. And I can't wait for those of you that don't know him to meet him, because he is literally a transformative guy, a guide, and everything else G for good. So here you are. Welcome, Freddie, and thank you for being a guest on the Reinvented Life show.
It's been 6 years? Has it been 6 years? Has it been 6 years?
I'm having difficulty, Freddie,
Has it?
hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
There we are. There
Okay.
we are.
It's
All the
it's it
technical part.
it's been 6 years?
It has been 6 years. We started in January, just before COVID, which hit in March of 2020. So here we are 6 years later. It's so hard to believe.
That's unbelievable. You know,
I know.
there's so many things about your show that I've learned that you were the first one that took us on a remote out to California. You were the first one that we bought new equipment to try. You were the first one that I got to work with my son. That's his voice in the open. The opening of your show, still one of the best. After all these years, it's still one of the best.
Yeah.
You talk about reinventing life. When I met you, you and I had a conversation, and I decided what I wanted to do was to challenge all the interns, challenge everybody, including Dawn, to things that didn't have a solution. And we had to reinvent ourselves to find that solution. And it happens even now. So your show is like a trademark of what we've been doing in this studio for 6 years.
Wow. Wow. I hope I feel frozen. I don't know if I am, if you can see me, but can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine. I see
Okay,
you
terrific.
fine.
Okay, terrific. So, I love that. I love that I could make an impact on your show, and I love the reciprocity that AMP2 has made on my business and my life. And what we do at the Reinvented Life is still, as you say, so relevant. I mean, most people change their openers. I don't want to touch it because it expresses exactly what we do. And I feel so compelled, even now, for so long, I've been focusing on how to stay positive, how to keep visionary front and forward in one's life and moving forward. But I've really of late been hearing a lot more about how do we transform. And literally there's no one that represents that better than the association with you. You have been able to apply everything we do at the Reinvented Life to AMP 2. And it just thrills me that this partnership is as strong as it is.
And it's an amazing fact that you actually guided us in bringing the show. You also produce other shows. I mean, you are exactly when I started to do this over 20 years ago, what I was looking to do. You are exactly what we wanted to do. You know, just today we have 4 opportunities, 4 different interviews of people that want to do what you do. And they see you do it. And they come in and they go, you know, I could do that. And then when they try to do it, they come out and say, I gotta have to learn how to do this. And there are issues that come out with every production. You have to reinvent yourself every week, another product. Your health, all of it is part of that reinvented mindset.
All of it. And I love how you're opening with that, because I think also for so long, people really separated their business and their personal life. And what we has found is it's one unit. We're one holistic being. Today, as I sit here in January of 2026, I'm the same that I was in January 25 or 24 or any of the years past. We have to realize that if there's adversity, if there's shifts that happen in your life, it has to be used as a platform, figuring out why is this happening, what is the good in it that's happening, so that you can apply it to transformation. Send them my way. I'd love to talk to any of those people, because I think the more people doing what we do, the more advantageous the entire world of media can be. And I love it. I mean, I'm just so passionate about it.
Well, I love that. I love the aspect that I was talking to the crew. So what's happening, things happening in here at the same time, 5 different simultaneous things happening at one time. So the kids that are coming in right now on the internship program are now taking parts of what we've been doing for 6 years in this studio, and they're transforming it into things that I can't believe are spectacular. The magazine and how they're contributing into it. The new commercials and how they're contributing to that. And the more that you put out there, the more that's on social media, on radio, the more that they come. So I had Blue Cross and Blue Shield come in today. And I told them exactly, you got to reinvent what you're doing, because they're facing a huge dilemma. And when I tell you huge, politically and everything else, what's going on with insurance, huge dilemma. So instead of hiding under a rock, they got to reinvent what they have. And I tell them, I says, you got to check out the Reinvented Life story. They should be on here talking to you, because you can guide them.
I would love it. And these are the types of clients when I talk about not that even just the show, but my business and what the Reinvented Life, how we coach, what we do. It's really practical solutions to whatever it is that people are approaching in their life, which is businesses that are stuck in old ways. You know, one of the things I'm finding is this notion of loyalty is on the surface very positive way of being. But in fact, one can be too loyal to old ways that they aren't moving forward. The challenges, as you mentioned, just in the insurance alone. I mean, all the medical challenges I have had, if I didn't know or able or have the ability to mitigate and navigate through this healthcare system, which can also be construed sometimes as sick care system, it's amazing how old, outdated modes and way of doing businesses are really interfering for progress. So I would love that opportunity. Relish it.
You know, there's that old loyalty to your tribe. So you were brought up with the wrong concept, or you were brought up with concepts that just are not applying right now. The earth has changed, the world has changed, mindset has changed. And if you don't grow up to that change, if you don't respect it, if you're not open to it because of loyalty to your tribe, which is your old ways of doing things, you're going to fail. And it hurts to see it happen. And then people are saying, wow, what happened? What
Right.
did I do wrong? And they start blaming other things that they have no control over. So the quicker you're hip to the game, the quicker you listen. You know, God gave you 2 ears to listen, 1 mouth to talk. The quicker you are to listening to change, reinvent, find out the betterment of what you have, the faster you're going to get ahead in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the things that people can help them, again, if it's from a personal standpoint, from a business standpoint, this notion that I say it probably every show, every coaching call I have, is we are human beings. We're not human doings. And this notion of doing, giving has actually created a catastrophe, to
Yeah.
be honest, in a lot of businesses and with a lot of people. We are not human doings, we're human beings. So, how are we being? Where are our souls leading us to? How are we open to receiving what's new? The next project at the Reinvented Life is actually the receiving life. And it's got a whole set of excitement surrounding it. The first with a book and with a show. I'm excited to really embrace this because we give to a level of destruction, and we have not been able to. All of the health challenges I have been and am facing are all signs of learning to receive. Learning that just to give to the point of depletion is not working anymore. I have to learn how to receive. And it's been actually a wonderful part of the journey.
Well, I got a birthday gift for your show.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you something. It's a birthday gift
All
from
right.
Dawn and I from AMP Studios. We have gotten involved with a program called the Coffee Branding Solution. So Burke Coffee that's all over Costco and all the big stores, all the major stores, has a new program that's not going to cost you a nickel. There's no money actually you're giving us for doing this. We are going to put together your own coffee brand to sell in your neighborhood, in your area, your bodegas, San Francisco, whatever you want to call it. You're going to give us how you want the bag to look. Now, you know our coffee bag. I don't have one here. You know our coffee bag. We're going to give you your own style. You're going to name it the whole 9 yards. That's going to be your show, your name, whatever you want. And we're going to put it on Shopify free for you. Free. No
My
cost,
goodness.
nothing. And we're going to pay you on every bag that is sold. And as you can see, I got 3-dimensional hands behind me. Every bag you can sell, that's ours. It's going to go in your name. You're going to control the flow. All they want you to do is to promote it. That's all they want. All they want you to do is to promote your brand of coffee, not ours. There's no catch. Every coffee, every bag, 1 order to 1,000 orders of your name, your coffee, your money. So that's your birthday gift after 6 years. We're actually going to give you your own coffee brand name. And that's courtesy of Burke's Coffee, Don Pablo Coffee. We've known him for 10 years. We've known him. That bag you saw has been with us for 10 years. We distribute it all over South Florida. But it's time that you take something for you. So happy birthday. And we love the fact that we're celebrating this. And on March 21st, I want you to fly into Florida. Because we have a concert.
Let's make that happen.
No, it's already on the way. I just got to get the pictures and stuff that you wanted, the design of the bags. We'll help you with that, and we'll get that done. But on March 21st, we're having a big concert here at the amphitheater in Florida. I want you to fly in like you did for the J.C. Dreesen music deal that we did at the movie theater. This is going to be more bigger, more spectacular, and I want to introduce you as our California West Coast ambassador. You bring your coffee. We're going to put it on the air. It's going to be all over South Florida, radio Everywhere else you can see it. But you know something?
Oh,
It's time.
gosh.
6 years. I can't believe it's been 6 years. It's time that we give you something
It
back.
it is time, Freddie. There you have it. It's open to receiving. Like I am open to this, relish this. So much of my personal transformation started with coffee. I mean, coffee has been always one of my greatest passions in life. And then I was introduced to weight loss coffee, which had so much to do with my personal health transformation. But to be able to do this, and in the San Francisco Bay Area, all over California, Southern California, I don't even know what to say. I'm so taken back, but appreciative, and is a perfect example of being open to receive, shifting the way you do things, and celebrating wins in life.
It's 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 time. You know, it's your turn. It's your turn to take, because I got to tell you, there's so many things. We're doing a show right now. One of the kids, John, is doing a show in Boston, San Bernardino, L.A., San Francisco, and Boston. From here, and the host is in Boston. We do this every single day, putting you on here every single day. We do these shows, and we're trying to get people informed and trying to show them something, information, changing their lives, giving them a hint, something. And wouldn't it be nice now that to have a cup of coffee with your brand of coffee and looking at your bag?
Oh,
I mean, you wake up in the morning. I do it every morning. I go, boy, I got to pinch myself because, man, am I the luckiest guy in the world? Because it's a small victory, as they call it, but it's a something, and it's mine, which is unbelievable. So congratulations, and here's
oh
to
my
you.
goodness.
May we make this happen.
I thank you and gratitude for you, for Dawn, for your entire company, every intern. Nothing gets past me of the details that you all focus on and bring to life. And coffee, there's nothing you could have told me that brings me more to life than coffee. I mean, I just love it, and I love the synergy. And I'm more than happy, as you know, to contribute to all the efforts you're making and do. So this is beyond exciting for me.
And I'm also going to I'm going to see my editor in chief, their group. I think it's they either come in today or Monday of next week. I'm going to have them
Okay,
reach out to you because I want
great.
to also interview you for our magazine. It's called Amplify. And they don't even know about you yet. They don't know about the affiliation that we had, the collaboration. They don't even know. But I'm going to put it out there just to show people just how far our reach can go. Because, we can do business from here to San Francisco. They can meet you. There's all sorts of things that people could do if they just apply themselves. That's all they got to do is they got to believe.
It is, as you say, it is time, and it is time to show people what's possible. I spend so much of my day um, talking with people, finding out what they're passionate about. How do we bring that to life? And this is, again, the project itself is exciting, but the notion of how to bring things to life, breed new life. I call it transformation, but bringing new life, expanding one's capacity to levels that I include myself in this, don't even always realize that I'm capable of. And to bring that increased capacity of good to life. We need it in the world, whatever your point of views are, whatever it is that's happening in our communities, in our communities nationally, our communities around the world. Being able to celebrate expansion and being able to increased capacity for people is, again, even a glorified gift.
Now, do you feel, with all the pressures that are going on, and I know San Francisco is a hotbed for some of this political pressure, do you feel right now what's happening is that people are turning more inward? Have they gotten less confident? Do you feel that more people are scared? Do you feel that the trend of growing this way, upwards, is gone in the opposite direction recently?
100%. There is so much fear out there. Again, whether people are acknowledging their fear or not, I'm going to say that they are driven by it. I have recently really had to explore, and I would have been, as an example, the last person who would have thought that there were pieces of how I was doing things driven by scarcity, as an example, because I'm so positive, so out there helping people with their transformation. But fear, scarcity, so much of that thought are driving people that people are paralyzed. They don't actually know what to do. There are, of course, people that are doing great things there in the world, great things. But for the most part, the average person is having difficulty making changes in their life. They're looking at things and going, that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work. Yet they're not looking inward enough to see how they can shift their thoughts to create new realities. And one of them is this notion of, how do I expand as a person? How do I expand spiritually? How do I expand emotionally? In whatever aspect one's looking at, they got to go under the surface. And they're being driven by fear, and it's stopping. It's like the old, traffic guard there putting up their hand, and that's what we're seeing. So this is exciting to me just from that standpoint too.
Well, the unfortunate thing is that I think that people now are fighting to break even. There used to be a time when you wanted to do something to get ahead, and I think that we're in such despair that it's withdrawn to itself, that breaking even is a victory. Anything less, of course, is misery. But if you break even and you think that way, you're never going to get ahead. You're not going to say, you got to push ahead. You got to reinvent to get ahead. You got to get ahead. It ain't about breaking even no more. And I think that this is why I'm so excited about introducing you into this coffee realm, because everybody drinks coffee. And at the same time, you can walk around with a thermos of your coffee in the bag and say, let's have a cup of coffee. You can go anywhere, a library, anywhere, just to get people motivated again. Get them going again. Because breaking even, we can't do that anymore. We got to stop thinking that way. We got to stop saying breaking even is safe. Getting ahead is scary. Be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get there. Push him there. And this is what your show is all about.
It's become for people, again, that traffic guard, the things that's stopping them. And it is not going to happen for people unless they figure out a way for themselves, and everyone finds it in a different way, but figure out a way for themselves to expand their capacity. It is all about one's capacity and not limiting it anymore, because settling for less than and limiting to oneself to, as you say, just to break even is not going to do it anymore. They have to, and I stress this and love, if anyone's listening and wants to do some coaching on this, I stress that the way that one's thoughts are based on old paradigms is not going to help them get to a new vantage point. They can't
Correct.
raise high.
That's correct. It's funny. We had a meeting this morning, and I was trying to get the people in front of me motivated to do more because time is of the essence. Urgency is upon us because what's happening is that the government, what's happening around us changes so drastically from one day to the next. You really don't know what's going to come tomorrow. And the funny thing is, I'm telling these two guys, I asked them to be on a show tonight. Now, this is a major player. And they looked at me and they got to do something else. And they got, okay. But they never said to me, can we come back to do that? Do you understand?
Wow.
And that's what I was looking for. Can we come back to do that? They didn't do that. They didn't do that. All they said was, oh, not today. Okay, not today, but you want to get your message out there. When? When do we start reinventing? When do we start believing? When do we start doing it? When it's late? When the season's over? When? It's just a mindset that just shocks me sometimes, I tell you.
Well, I think we can do an entire show on this. We can do an entire season on this notion. But the underlying message in what you just said is this false notion, this false narrative that people have been living with is that they have to be prepared to do X, Y, or Z, again, in business and personally. When the preparation is actually in the action, when the
Exactly.
actual preparation is in the being, again, human beings, rather than just the to-do lists and being prepared. Because you cannot prepare in the way that generations in the past have been able to. There were so many knowns. Now, it's all unknown. So what's familiar, not necessarily what's most favorable, takes over. And if you're looking to be prepared, preparation has to look different. It has to be a different way. And I love being involved with these projects with you anytime. I love that more people would be open to this receiving of a new way.
Excellent. Well, we're going to bring you in the cafe because we're going to celebrate your birthday, your show birthday.
Love it.
I think it's important. I think you just don't understand how vital you are to what we do and what we're planning to do, and how to run it through you. You look fantastic. I know that health has been an issue for you. I'm hoping that all that is behind you. But I'm just so excited to do more. It's a new year. It's time to get up and let's go get what's ours. And I am so proud and so happy that I met you 6 years ago.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
Well, happy birthday to our relationship as well. You and Dawn are, as I mentioned in the beginning, the most spectacular people in my life. I can't thank you enough. I know our time is ending here. We can talk all day, but we'll be back together for this conversation. Thank you for everyone that's listening here. You know, Freddie talked about motivation, and you cannot get, quote unquote, people motivated without the internal spark of inspiration. So my wish for everyone is to find that spark that drives them. Find that piece that feeds their soul so that transformation can take place. And boy, is this an exciting way to start the year off. Much love to everyone there from California, and we will be on again next week.
Thank you for tuning in to The Reinvented Life with Pamela Chanel David. Tune in each week so we can work and grow together to become the best version of ourselves. Keep striving, keep dreaming, keep working, and embrace change. You may contact Pamela Chanel at info@thereinventedlife.com.